Alperen Sengun, you got to stay with your man, all right? As he's coming this way, you got to go there too, all right? Like right now, like you're not in a defensive stance right now, so you really can't be in the gaps. So your feet aren't set. See, your feet are moving inwards. You have no chance of getting outward. If you're Jalen Green, you got to force this guard here, so the drop coverage is this way, so that when Alperen Sengun can stay up and guard the ball, because this player's got to drop, but we have backside defenders, should have one here, here, and here. See, there's no backside help here, so Sengun's got to play way off, and Tyus Jones is too easy. When Jaren Jackson turns to post you up like he just did, you got to get up here. And you got to battle for real estate now. Like, you're just letting Jaren Jackson go way too low. Look at this. That's the first time you stop Jaren Jackson's post up. He's already in the paint. It's too late now. You don't go up the gut of a down screen. You got to chase this way, okay? Jalen Green needs to get attached with his arms out so this player can't curl either. But you go up the gut. Look at the angle. You have no chance of guarding Jaren Jackson now. Okay, Jalen Green here has got to have way more urgency switching this handoff, okay? You got to be in a defensive stance with your feet set when Ja Morant comes off of this handoff. Like, look at Jalen Green. Are you in a defensive stance with your feet set? No. All you're doing is backpedaling into a screen that you should have easily gotten over. So Jalen Green just can't stand aimlessly like this. Stop. Jalen Green is get out. Okay? Because when Ja Morant cuts, you got to go with him. Now, this player's beat, so he's got to come over here so that this player would then be able to slide over here. But Jalen Green standing and doing absolutely nothing is a problem. Can't happen. If you're playing the gaps defensively, you've got to have your feet set in a defensive stance. Jalen Green's feet aren't set. You're not in a defensive stance. Good night. This Rockets big just has to battle for real estate with Jaren Jackson. Don't gamble. The second you gamble, you give up space. See, look at this gamble. He's doing fine. That gamble right there. Okay, what does that do? That pushes you back. See that space now? Now you're done. Jaren Jackson's, it's over. You have got to have way more urgency with Ja Morant in the open floor. You got to get over it. You got to get your feet set. You got to be in a defensive stance. Let's take a look at this Rockets player. That no urgency. Are you going to be able to guard Ja Morant playing off your back foot like this? The answer is a resounding no. Terrible switch. I mean, you're Jalen Green switching this handoff. Why is this Rockets player not switching? Look at this. So now look. So instead of you being here and being able to get over this flare screen, now, I mean, this player's got to take Desmond Bane. It's unbelievable. Memphis comes up with this rebound. You have to sprint back. It is paramount that you're ahead of the ball. What is this Rockets play? Wow. Okay, what is going on with Terry Eason again? Like, you're guarding this Grizzlies player. Why did you just stop? What? No. Terry Eason again in transition. This player's taking the ball. You must stay with Luke Kennard. Why would you add a second defender to the ball and nobody guards Kennard? What is this Rockets player doing? You are guarding Luke Kennard. You cannot be staring at the ball across half court. Look what happens here. You lose sight of Luke Kennard. Like, unbelievable. Okay, so Alperen Sengun goes to double the post. This Rockets player comes in because he has to take Sengun's man, so that drop-off pass doesn't happen. Jalen Green cannot be staring at the post. He's got to be cognizant because if this player cuts, you got to take this player. Like, you have to. And that doesn't happen. Again, if you want to be in backside help off of drop coverage, then you've already lost because you already need to be here because your feet have to be set if a skip pass gets made and you want to get out. See, look at this Rockets player right here. See how his feet are moving inward? You have no chance of getting out now. Okay, so Jalen Green does what you cannot do in drop coverage, which is go under the screen. You always go over the screen because you're not going to, this is angle, you're not going to be able to guard Ja Morant. Now, just because Jalen Green can't guard Ja Morant does not mean Alperen Sengun can leave. You got to stay up. This player's got to stay in backside help. If a skip pass gets made, you X out. This player goes here, this player comes up. But you can see none of those things happened. Okay, this Rockets player is guarding Ja Morant. You must get your feet set and be in a defensive stance. You cannot be communicating or doing whatever it is you're doing. Look at this. Are you ready to guard Ja Morant right now? Cannot lean towards the screen. Look at this Rockets player leaning towards the screen. You just get beat the other way. Okay, for Alperen Sengun, you got to get to a body, all right? You get to a body in transition. Going towards the ball, you're not guarding the ball. So you need to be sprinting this way to guard someone. See, look at Sengun. He's just getting back to the middle of nowhere. This player's guarding the ball. So you're now standing in no man's land. And so that obviously is going to mean someone from Memphis is wide open. Do this. If you're Alperen Sengun, Jaren Jackson is right now posting you up. He wants to do that. You need to get up here. He's not facing you up. He's trying to post you up. So get up and battle for real estate now. You're just giving Jaren Jackson too much space. Like, you don't start defending him until he's already in the paint. It's ridiculous. And then you gamble. I mean, this is like the same play. Stop giving Jaren Jackson space on the floor that he doesn't have to work for. Get up. Battle for real estate. You're not doing that. So again, look at, you don't even start guarding Jaren Jackson's post until he's in the paint. And then, oh yeah, you're going to gamble again. Hey, you cannot anticipate a screen or lean towards a screen like this Rockets player is clearly doing. It's the same thing. You're leaning towards a screen, so you're going to get beat the other way. And now the defense is scrambling, and oh, it doesn't matter that this shot was missed because nobody can box out Desmond Bane now. You have to have your feet set and in a defensive stance away from the ball. Look at this Rockets player right here. Not in a defensive stance. Feet are not set. See how he's leaning uphill as this player's coming this way. So that's all. This is all the space he needs. Look at this. You're still here. This player is here. So now he's going to have the angle on the other side of the screen. Okay, if you are running drop coverage, this player still has to be in a defensive stance with his feet set. Look at this. That's not a defensive stance. You just went uphill. Desmond Bane's going downhill. You're done.